everybody. Welcome to class. So let's begin seated. So you can come into some support if you like. You can sit with a little blanket or cushion, or you can sit right on your mat or your floor. And let's go ahead and roll the inner thighs to the outer thighs. And lift the spine up. And as you do that, find an evenness between the two sides of the sit bones. You might want to rock back and forth, side to side a little bit. And make sure that you're in a comfortable cross-legged position. So I'm sitting in Sukhasana, which is understood as the easy pose or sweetness pose. And this is a nice light pose that opens up our hips a little bit and sets us up for practice. So let's reach the spine up out of the pelvis and lengthen and elongate the front of the spine up towards the throat. And then lightly lengthen the back of the neck, bring the chin down towards the heart. And let's go ahead and now bring attention to the nostrils and lightly inhale through both nostrils, and bring the breath high up into the face. And when you come to the end of the inhale, just sigh it out with the exhale coming out of the mouth for now. And let's do that a couple more times. Just bring your awareness to the tips of the nostrils. You feel that light touch just between the upper lip and the nostrils. So inhale. And then turn it around. Exhale, let it go. Feel that long and smooth exhale. And as you do that, bring attention now to the belly and draw it into the spine, just lightly tucking. And then one more time. And as you do this, inhale through the nostrils and bring your belly out. Feel the lightness in the tongue and the jaw. Scoop the breath up. Feel it high in the face, illuminating your skin. Turn it around. Exhale and let it go. And now let's place the hands on the heart center. You can stack them, or you can put them to the sides. You can also just hook your thumbs and cross the wrists in the Garuda Mudra. And then let's do that again, but let's inhale into the chest. So inhale and expand your chest. Feel the awakening of the chest. Exhale through the mouth, let it go. Squeeze the chest in, and then the belly will follow. And then again, inhale. And exhale. And one more. Inhale, swelling the chest, feeling that buoyancy and energization of the breath. And then turn around, exhale. Now let's join the palms together in Namaste or Anjali Mudra at the center of the chest. Let the thumb rest at the sternum. And again, wrap your shoulders down and back. Lift the sternum up towards the chin, and chin slightly drop down. So feel that awareness of the heart center. Connect to that spiritual level of your awareness, the center of your chest, emanating love. And let's go ahead and now begin chanting Om. So we'll just chant 3 Oms. So we're inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, letting the Om be expressed through the belly coming in, the chest coming in, and the vibration of the throat, the vocal cords. So join me, inhale. Om. And just feel the vibration through your skin, through your muscles, your organs. Let's try that again. Inhale. Om. Let's do one more. Inhale. Om. And now I will chant the teacher-student mantra so that our practice together will be beneficial to both of us, the teacher and student, that our relationship will be powerful and strong, and that we may never have animosity. between us. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanao Bhunaktu, Sahavir Yankaravavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then just gently bow your forehead in. May there be peace for you, peace for me, and peace for all. Set a slight intention for your practice today. Visualize it in your mind's eye. Anything, any type of dedication you might like to give, or any type of vow, any type of setting up an intention for your week, or for the weekend, for the day, the practice. And just breathe into that one breath. And then exhale. And then slowly release the hands down. And then let's gently open the eyes. Okay, everybody, stretch your legs out. For some of us, that may be too long sitting. And then let's come up. And let's come onto the hands and knees. And let's do a little bit of spinal openings. So let's come into cat and cow. So pressing the hands down evenly. Have your shoulders, your hands shoulder width apart, and hips and knees hip width apart. So let's look up and inhale. And then exhale, let's round the spine. And let's try that again. Inhale, let's arch and lift up. And let's inhale, exhale, and round the spine. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, let's arch, lift up. And exhale, let's round the spine. Good. From there, take your knees wide, big toes touch. Let's come into a gentle Balasana, child pose. Stretch back, hips to the heels, and lengthen the arms forward. Rest your forehead down. Good. And then from here, inhale, let's come back up onto the all fours. Let's walk the right leg back. Let's inhale, lift the right leg up. Keep the spine level, the hips level if you can. Good. Pause here for 3, 2, navel comes in. And then 1. Good. Bend the knee, release. Let's switch. Left leg stretches back. And then inhale, just lift the left leg up. You can gently point the toes, or you can flex the ankle depending on the nature of your ankle this morning. Let's stay here and breathe. Lift the belly up. 3, 2, 1. Then drop the knee down, and then just scoot your knees towards your hands. Sit in the Vajra pose. Sit on the heels. Let's interlock the fingers and just massage the wrists a little bit. When some of us are new to practice, the wrists get a little bit tired as we build strength. Good. Then push the palms away and then reach the arms all the way up. And let's come into Asana. Reach up, open the upper back. Good. And then exhale, let's release the arms down. And then now bring the arms up from the front again, apart. And then interlock the fingers again. And then exhale, bend your elbows, place the hands behind the head. And squeeze the elbows back. Squeeze your shoulder blades into your back. And then inhale, let's press up. And then exhale, let's release. Okay, place the hands on the tops of the knees now. We're going to practice kapalabhati. So we're going to do that skull shining breath, pumping of the belly. So we inhale, expand the belly, and then rapidly exhale, push the belly in, and then we repeat. Okay, so let's try. Inhale, and then begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Release, squeeze the belly in, and then inhale all the way up now. Expand the belly. Hold the breath for a second, and then exhale all the way out. Good. Let's come back onto the hands and knees. Let's come into a cat and cow again. So even your wrists, shoulder width, knees also hip width. So inhale, drop the belly down, lift the tailbone. Let's look up and stretch. And then exhale, let's round the spine. Lift the back body up, and then inhale again. Just coordinating the breath with the movement. Look up. And then exhale, let's round again. And then once more. Inhale, let's arch, look up. And exhale, come into that cat and cow. Let's come to, again, neutral spine. Reach the right leg back again. This time, reach the left arm forward. Let's balance. Stay here. 3, 2, 1. Release the left hand down and bring the right knee into the chest. Squeeze in. Stay here. 3, 2, 1. Then reach the right leg up. Keep the knee bent. Look up and arch the spine as best as you can. This is early in the practice. Stay here with your breath. 3, 2, 1. And then now bring the right knee through and then step your right foot next to your right thumb. Good. And then slide the left knee back a little bit and come into Anjaneyasana. Stay here and breathe. Inhale and exhale. And then from here, straighten out your right leg, lift the toes up in the right foot, and let's stretch over the right hamstring. And then bend the knee again, come into a lunge. You can use your blocks here as well if you feel that it's that your hands are reaching. And then exhale, let's bend the knee again, stretch the chest over the right thigh. And then again, one more time, come into that lunge. Good. And then exhale, let's stretch. And let's stay here and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Then stretch. And then from here, we're just going to step forward, take your feet wide, and let's sit into Malasana. So you're going to come into a squat position. You can lift the heels up if that's something that helps you squat down. Good. Bring the hands between the knees, reach the arms forward, and then stretch. Lengthen the lower back. Stay here. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then bring your hands, your fingers right under your toes, and then inhale, come into a standing forward bend. And then exhale, come back into the squat. I'm going to do that a few times. Inhale, standing forward bend. Let's exhale and squat down. And then one more time. Inhale, standing forward bend. Let's stay here and hold the pose. Feet are wide. Let your back relax down. 3, 2, 1. Good. Squat down again. Bring the hands in front. And from here, go ahead and just step the left leg back and the right knee back and come into child pose. And then inhale, let's come up into Vajrasana. Again, sit on the heels. Let's do another round of kapalabhati. This time we'll practice 36. If it's too many, you just go into natural breathing. Bring the hands to the tops of the knees. Inhale into the belly. And then exhale, let's begin pumping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the belly in. And then inhale. Expand the belly. Hold the belly out. Hold your breath. And then exhale. Let's release. Good. Come forward again onto the hands and knees into the cat and cow position, neutral position. And then from here, everybody reach your left leg back. Stretch it back. Drop the left hip down a little bit. Look forward and down. And then stretch your right arm forward. Let's come into spinal balancing, just trying to awaken the back muscles a little bit. And then also help us concentrate. Stay here with the breath. Reach the left foot back. You can point or flex. You can feel the difference in the muscles that are activated. And you can reach your right hand forward like you're shaking a hand. 3, 2, 1. Let's reach the right, release the right hand down and bring the left knee into the chest, round the back, lift and activate the abdominals. Stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then reach the left knee up, come into the tiger stretch, lift up and arch the spine, look up. And then gently exhale and try to bring the knee into the chest again and step your left foot all the way up to the left thumb. Walk your right knee back, come into the Anjaneyasana. Just rest here in this deep, deep lunge. Back knee is down. If you want it up, no problem. Stay here and breathe. And now from here, inhale, stretch your left leg, walk the hips, slide the hips back, bring the chest towards the thigh. And then inhale, let's come back into Anjaneyasana, the low lunge. Exhale, extend back into hanumanasana, the Ardha hanumanasana. And then inhale, bend the left knee again, look up. And then exhale, let's hold it now. Awakening the hamstring. Again, you can use blocks here to support you underneath the hands. It's always an option. If you have the flexibility, you can walk the hands forward and bring the chest down. Make sure the toes are lifting up towards your face. Let's stay here for a few more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Let's bend the left knee. And then again, step up. Separate the feet again, hip distance, come down into your Malasana. This time, bring the hands to the heart. Namaste. Lengthen the lower back. Inhale. And then exhale. Now interlock your fingers, press the palms to the ceiling, look towards the floor and press yourself all the way up to standing. So rise all the way up. Good, and then exhale. Bring the feet together. Inhale, lengthen towards the right side. And then let's rise up on the inhale, exhale, lengthen towards the left side. I'm mirroring you right now. And inhale again, come up, arch back, bend the knees, and we're going to sweep the arms forward, come standing. And then inhale, reach the arms to the side and up. Interlock. Good, separate your palms now. Exhale, sweep through the front and then to the side again. Yeah, and then inhale back to center and up again. And let's interlock, arch back, nice little back bend from the side. Exhale, sweep the arms to the side as you come up. Inhale back to the side and up. Palms separate, come through the front and to the side again. And then inhale back to the front, all the way up, reach up. And then exhale, reach the arms all the way down. Bring the hands behind the back, interlock you can either interlock your fingers or come into Surya Namaskar, or you can hold the hands at the elbows, depending on your flexibility in the shoulders. Now, from here, inhale and exhale. Let's turn to the right. Look all the way over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center and turn towards the left now. Let the head be the last to turn. Turn the trunk. And then back to center again. And then 2 more times. Turn to the right. Stabilize the feet. And then come back to center. Let's turn towards the left. Good. Come back to center now. Stay in the bind. So your hands again could be in the interlace, or you can hold opposite elbows. If you're in the reverse namaskar, everybody now we're going to arch back. And then exhale, you're going to come halfway down. Feet can be separate or together, depending on the level of flexibility you have. Just come halfway down. Hands are behind the back. Good. Now inhale, let's come up. Let's arch back again lightly. You can bend the knees if you need to. Make the arch higher in the spine. And then exhale, come halfway down. Let's do that again. Inhale, come up and arch back. And then exhale, come halfway down. Now release the bind. Bring the arms out into airplane wings. And then drop your heart down a little bit. Stretch down. You can bend the knees if you find that you cannot parallel your trunk with the floor. So bend the knees if you can, if that helps. Otherwise, you can keep the legs straight. And now from here, fold all the way down, Utanasana. Good. And then exhale, squat all the way to the floor. Big deep squat. And exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Now feet can be slightly together or hip distance apart. If you are new to downward facing dog, keep the feet hip distance apart. The heels may lift, but pressurize the heels towards the floor. Bring your chest toward your thighs. Now let's lift the heels up, bend the knees, and bring your chest towards the thighs and straighten out your back. And then from there, look at your hands and make a little arch in the upper spine. And then exhale, release the heels to the floor, and then straighten your spine all the way towards the thighs. Good. And then from there, bend your knees, bring the knees to the floor, sit back on Vajrasana. Let's do one more round of kapalabhati. We'll do another round of 36. Let's inhale into the belly and then begin pumping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Squeeze the belly in, hold the breath, and then inhale all the way up. Let's hold the breath, and then exhale, let it go. Okay, let's go ahead and bring the hands forward again. Curl the toes back up. Let's lift up into the Adho mukha svanasana. Now we'll practice Adho mukha svanasana to Urdhva mukha svanasana. Downward dog to upward dog. So stay on the backs of the toes. Stay on the ball of the toes, and we're going to inhale and come into plank. And then release the hips to the floor. Knees can touch if you like. You can keep them off also. And then straighten the elbows. Yes, good. Squeeze the belly. Let's go back into downward dog. Let's do that again. Inhale. Come into upward dog. And then exhale to downward dog. Again, inhale, upward facing dog. Loosening the spinal muscles and the chest. Exhale to downward facing dog. And then again, inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale to downward facing. 2 more. Inhale, upward dog. You can squeeze the muscles of the legs. And then exhale to down dog. And 1 more. Inhale, upward dog. And then exhale to downward dog. Now from here, you can walk or you can jump or step your feet to the hands, straighten the knees, and fold all the way down. Good. To rise up, let's bring the arms into the interlock. Let's rise all the way up and come up standing. And then exhale, release the arms down. Good. Let's practice a couple of Surya Namaskar, the classical ones. So bring the hands into heart. Imagine the sun at the center of your chest. The luminosity of the sun. You can be facing the east too. And let's inhale. Bring the arms up from the front. Arch back. And then exhale. Utanasana, fold all the way down. Step your right foot back. Come into Anjaneyasana. Good. Now from here, inhale. Just raise your right arm up and reach it back. And then switch your left arm up. Reach it back towards your calf, maybe the thigh, or maybe the heel. And then exhale, let's windmill down. Step to plank. Let's lower the knees down and then the chest. Keep the hips lifted. Come into Ashtanga Pranam. And then inhale, slide forward. And let's come into low cobra. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Allow your hands to be right near your rib cage. Take the hands up off the floor. Awaken the muscles of the back. And then bring the hands down and then inhale, come halfway, squeeze the elbows to the rib cage. Keep a minor bend in the elbows. And then exhale, let's fold down. Cool your toes, press up through the push-up and come into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good, from here, raise your right leg up. Let's come into a standing split in the down dog. You can let the hip lift and then lower the hip down in line with the left hip. Good, just stay here and breathe, pointing the right foot up. 3, 2, 1. Now look towards the right thumb and just swing the right foot all the way up to the front of the mat and come into a nice gentle lunge. And then inhale, press to the front foot and windmill the left arm back and the right arm up. Coming into a modified camel stretch. Good, and then exhale, let's windmill all the way down and forward. And then lightly step the left foot up to meet the right and have a nice fold down. Interlock your fingers behind your back and stretch the arms overhead. Look through your legs. One more breath. Rock your weight forward slightly so that you're not just dumping into the heels. Good. Now from here, you're going to bring the feet together now. Bend your knees slightly and swing your arms out and up. Utkatasana. Come into the chair variation. Lift the chest, lengthen the lower back. And then inhale, press all the way up. Arch back. And then exhale, Utanasana one more time. Inhale here. And then exhale, step your left foot back again. Let's do it on the other side. Reach the arms all the way up together this time. Join the palms together and arch back. Pressing lower back forward. And then exhale, bring the hands down, step back to plank. Let's hold plank just for a moment. And then knees, chest, chin. Slide forward, come into Cobra position now, halfway up, elbows slightly bent, elbows into the sides of the body. Good, and then release the head down. Curl the toes, let's press all the way back and up. Good, bring your feet a little closer together and then inhale, raise the left leg up. And let's lift it. First, let the hip lift as high as it can go, the left hip. And then from there, lower the left hip down a little bit so that it's in line with the right side. Stay here and breathe. Pressurize the right foot down, the heel. 3, 2, 1. Now look at the left thumb and place your left foot next to the left thumb. Relax the right knee down. You can pause here. Catch your breath. And then press your lower back forward. So the sacrum moves forward towards the pubis. You're going to lift the chest, bring the arms up and coil the upper back. Reach up and back, interlock maybe. Reach out of the armpits. Maybe sink down a little bit in that front thigh without injury, with practicing ahimsa. Good, and then exhale, squeeze the belly, float the hands forward, and then step the right foot up to meet the left. Have a nice long forward bend. Stay here. And now from here, bring feet together, bend the knees, scoop your arms forward. Let's rise up into Utkatasana, Ardha Utkatasana, the half chair pose, lengthen the lower back. Bend the knees. And then shoot straight up, come up, and then exhale. Release the arms all the way down to the side. Good, stay here, breathe. Create a slight constriction at your throat, bringing in the audible sound of the hissing in the throat center. Okay, good. Let's step to the side now. Come to the middle of the mat. We're going to inhale, stretch the arms to the side. Exhale, hold your breath. When your breath is being held, you're going to bend your knees, jump your feet about 3 feet apart. Good, and keep your feet slightly turned out, both of them. And then inhale here, exhale, let's bend towards the right. Come to the right ankle. Good, and then press through the heels, rise up again. Keep the arms elevated towards the shoulder height. And then exhale, let's go to the left. Just keep the feet where they are. Lengthen the lower trunk. And then let's rise up, inhale. And now exhale, turn. Take the left hand to the right ankle or outside the right foot. And then inhale, let's rise up. Use that left arm to pull you up. Exhale, twist in your hips, in your waist, and then drive that right hand outside the left foot. Good, then inhale, let's rise up again. And then exhale, take your left hand to your right. And this time, both hands hold the back of the right leg and bring your chest and nose towards the right knee. Now place your hands at your waist. Let's rise all the way up to center. Bring the arms out to the side. Exhale, twist again towards the left. And then both hands hold the back of the left leg, squeeze down towards the left knee. Good, then bring your hands to your waist. Let's rise up, arch back. Exhale, pull down through the center now. Elbows face the ceiling. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Now turn your left foot in, turn your right leg out. Heel to arch alignment, bring the arms out to the side. Inhale, exhale, let's stretch over the right leg. Coming to Uttita Trikonasana, you can use a block or place the hand on the ankle or the floor. Good. Reach the left arm back behind you and look up towards the ceiling. Good. Bring it back to neutral and then bend your right knee. Come into Uttita Parsvottanasana. You can reach the left arm over the left ear. You can keep the left arm up. You can also place the elbow onto the right thigh. Bend down richly, pressing the left heel, outer arch down. Good, and then use your left arm to press up, come up. Exhale, place your hands at your hips and turn your right foot in and turn your left leg out now. So the toes face the short side of the mat. Bring the arms out again. Inhale and then exhale. Reach out into Uttita Trikonasana. Keep the right rib cage turning back. Stretching out. So both legs are straight now. Pressurize the big toe mound of the left foot. And then from there, we're going to bend the left knee, make the adjustment you need. You can place the elbow on the knee. And now we're going to sweep the right arm over the right ear and come into the extended side angle pose. Turn the outer left tricep down. Look up under the armpit. Good, and then inhale, we're gonna rise all the way back up. Bring the hands to the waist, spin the left toes in and parallel your feet slightly or point them out just a little bit. Interlock your fingers, arch, look up, and then exhale. Let's fold down again. Bring the forehead towards the floor, maybe the crown of the head, depending on the level that you're in. Look through your legs. You can stay here and breathe for 3 more breaths. Creating the hissing sound in the back of the throat, that light, controlled breath, long inhale, long exhale, connecting your breath with your mind to be here now. And now from here, release the hands to the floor underneath your shoulders and look up halfway. Let's stretch into the half position, look up. And then from here, we're going to exhale, we're going to bend the right knee, and we're going to come into a side lunge. The right heel can lift. You can also keep it down. Good, and then let's come up. Let's go the other side. If you have the strength, you can avoid using the hands. It's all up to you. So let's try that again, to the right. And then to the left. Good, let's come up to the center now. Turn the toes out, bend the knees, bring the hands into Namaskar, come up into the goddess pose. Good, come down and then press up, reach up, and then exhale, lengthen your lower back and bring the hands to the heart, lower down again, bend the knees, spread the knees apart. Good, let's try that again. Inhale, press up, straightening the legs, squeeze the muscles of the legs, and then exhale. Let's come down. Let's stay here and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, let's lift up. And now interlock your fingers. And you're going to turn your right toes in and your whole right leg out. And now square your hips over the right leg. Coming into Parsvottanasana. Inhale, arch back, stretch back, and then separate your hands. Exhale, squeeze your belly and fold all the way down to the front foot. If you would like to use blocks here, you can grab them. If you don't have blocks, you can place the hands on the shins. Otherwise, fold down. Good, now breathe here, 1 breath. And we're gonna walk our hands forward a little bit. You can be on the blocks or not. And you're gonna lift your left leg up. Slightly bend the right knee a little bit. And walk the hands back to the standing foot if possible, or just on your blocks. You can also use a chair here. Good, now bend the front leg. You're gonna step the left foot back into the same position it was in the Parsvottanasana. You can bring your hands at your waist to come up, or interlock your fingers and rise all the way up to the standing position. Good, inhale here. And then exhale, turn to the center. Turn your right toes in. Inhale again. And exhale, turn to the left now. Inhale, arch back. Press through the front heel and the back heel. And then separate your hands. Exhale, keeping the back leg stiff and straight. Fold all the way down over the front toes, front leg. Square off, stay here and breathe. Move the left hip back, right hip forward. Good, now from the next position, we're going to use the blocks or not. You're going to slowly walk the hands forward, come forward into the front of the left toes, lift the right leg up,
Coming into a standing split position. Left knee is bent slightly. So you're really strengthening the legs, the quads, and raise the right leg up as much as you can. And then bring the forehead to the thigh, to the knee. 3, 2, 1. And then exhale, place the right foot down. And then to come up, bring your hands either to your waist or interlock the fingers and rise all the way up. Let's inhale here. Come back to center. And then exhale, release the hands down. And then step the feet together and come to the front of the mat. Let's inhale. Exhale in Samasthiti. Inhale, bring your arms up from the side. We're coming to the lead sequence. Separate your hands, arch back, and then exhale. Let's fold all the way to the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, squat down all the way to the floor. So your heels can touch or stay separate, or they can lift. From here, you're going to jump or step back to plank. And then we're going to lower down like a stick to the floor. Good. Now just take your forearms, cross them, stack your hands, and rest your forehead down. Back to your breath. And then from here, let's slowly rock side to side on our hips, and then gently raise the right leg up and lengthen it back. And then raise the left leg up and gently lengthen it back. Good. Now from here, you're going to rest your forearms on the floor into the makarasna, the crocodile pose. So my entire forearms are placed on the floor. Elbows are slightly back. And I'm going to inhale and press up, lift the chest. And then exhale, fold down. Let's do that again. Inhale, let's come up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, fold down. And then inhale, let's come up. Good. Pressurize the forearms and the elbows. Let's stay here. Lengthen the lower back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's lower down. Take your right ear down. Rest your hands back. Now, keeping your legs together or slightly apart, depending on how your lower back feels in that position. Now, this time we're going to bring the chin to the floor. Reach back, interlock your fingers. Turn the palms, turn the shoulders up and away. Keep the hands at the lower back until we lift up. So inhale, pressurize the pelvis down, lift the chest, and then lift the arms away from the lower back. Shalabhasana. Let's stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then release the arms and then rest the forehead on the hands. Have one more breath. Okay, let's look up and let's come now into the Sphinx position. So the elbows are now under the shoulders. Lift the chest. So you can practice this position and stay here. Otherwise, we're going to bend the left knee. Take the right hand to the right elbow or right forearm. And we're just going to reach back and grab the foot. So if you cannot grab the foot, just practice in Sphinx pose, just lifting the knee, lifting the leg, or lifting the foot up. Okay? So reach back, hold the big toe side of the foot if that's comfortable. If you want to hold the outside, that's comfortable too. It's just the shoulder will turn in. So if you want to open the shoulder, take it on the big toe side. And then let's go ahead and bring the heel close to the buttocks and pump it a couple times. 2, 3, 4, lift up out of that right shoulder, look forward, and then release. Come back to the Sphinx position. Shrug and slide your chest through the arms. Stay here. And then exhale, let's take the right hand to the right elbow. Bend the right knee. If you're in the modified variation, you're just going to stay in Sphinx and bend the knee. Otherwise, you're going to rock to the left elbow, reach back with the right hand. Hold the foot, big toe or little toe side. And then turn the elbow towards the ceiling and just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze toward the buttocks. Squeeze again. One more time. Hold it. Pressurize through the front knee a little bit. And then release. Good. And then from there, just relax down for a breath. Good. Now from here, reach your hands all the way back. Forehead down and chin down. Now let's bend both knees. Bend your elbows now, come into a Cobra position. Let's inhale, lift the chest up into Cobra, and then exhale, release the legs and the head down. Let's do it again now. Inhale, lift the knees, lift the feet up, bend the knees, arch back, and then exhale. Let's go down. And then again, inhale, bend, lift up, arch back, 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly lower down. Keep the knees bent. Now reach the hands back. Hold the ankles or the feet. If you need to use a strap, you can strap the ankles up here to reach back. And hold this way. If you have that, if you don't have that, then you can just practice reaching back and bending the knees. Otherwise, if you have the grip, let's go ahead and lift the shoulders up away from the ears, lengthen the lower back, everybody. And then inhale, let's lift the thighs up. Lift the chest, rise up. It doesn't matter how high you get. Stay here in Dhanurasana, the bow pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Release the legs, release the hands. Place the forehead on the forearms. Turn the head to one side. And breathe. Let's have one more long and smooth breath. Ananta Samapati and Pratnilya Stitala. Okay, so from here, let's bring the hands to the sides of the chest. We're going to bring the knees together and the heels together. We're going to come up into a modified child pose. Bring the knees forward and sit down in that narrow stance, Yoga Mudrasana, and lengthen the hands forward. Good, now reach the hands back to the heels. And if you can, hold the heels. We're going to come into Sasankasana, the rabbit pose. Lift the head up a little bit. Bring your nose between your knees. The crown of the head comes down. Lift the hips up and stretch the spine. Internalize your awareness. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Sit the hips down and slowly rise up. Now from here, stretch your legs out in front. Come into Dandasana. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the side, from the side, interlock. And then exhale, we're going to separate the hands, fold forward, place the hands on the tops of the toes, or use a strap, or you can lightly bend the knees. You can also separate the feet a little bit wider in order to get to the feet. So from here, we're going to stay with a straight spine as best we can. Look up, look forward, pressurize the back ribs in, stay here. Let's breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come down. Now round your back as necessary. If you can keep it as flat as possible, try to work with that. Fold down. Maybe take the hands past you. If you have the flexibility, you can place another block behind the feet. Bring the forehead down. Bring the chin down. Let's stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's look up halfway and either bring your arms up from the sides of the ears. You can interlock, or you can just take the hands back depending on the health of your back. And let's rise all the way up. Exhale, reach the hands behind you. We're going to come into the Parsvottanasana, the tabletop position. Let's do the first variation. We're going to bend the knees. Place the feet hip distance apart and bend your knees so that the ankles will be under the knees when you stretch up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let's inhale, lift the chest. Scoop your tailbone up. Look back. And then exhale, release the hips down. Let's repeat that. Inhale, hips come forward. Let's lift. Look back. And then exhale, let's fold down. Good, we'll do that one more time. This time we're going to do it with the legs extended, if that's okay for you. If not, just repeat the first position. We're going to bring the legs together, heels together. You're going to gently pressurize the hands, point the toes, lift the hips up, and come up into tabletop with the extended version. Let's stay here, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's sit the hips down. Good. Scoot the hips forward. Reach the arms forward. Inhale, and then exhale. You're going to roll all the way back down to the ground. Take your time. Good. And then rest for a moment as you bend your knees. Bring your heels as close as you can till you can touch your fingertips. And from here, let's start out with the feet hip distance apart. Wrap the shoulders under the back. Let's come into Setu Bandha Sarvangasana and Dvipadapitam. So inhale, lift the hips up. Let's interlock the fingers under the back, under the hips. Good. Pressurize the heels down. Lift the back. Stay here and breathe calmly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the hips lifted. And now just bring your arms overhead. Inhale. And then exhale, roll all the way down, keeping the arms lifted. Now, heel toe your feet together. Bring the feet together, the knees together, and the thighs together. We're going to practice Dvipadapitam now with the arms overhead. So inhale, lift the hips now. Squeeze the outer thighs into the inner thighs. Lengthen lower back. Let's stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now from here, inhale, and then raise your arms overhead. Exhale, bring the arms and the hips to the floor. Good, now we'll practice Sarvangasana. So we're going to move into the shoulder stand. So if you're new to shoulder stand, you can practice with the hips down and just bring the legs up to the ceiling, and you can rest here. Otherwise, we're going to bend the knees slightly, and we're going to lift the hips up, pressurizing the elbows, place the hands at the lower back, walk the hands together, let the knees be bent a little bit. We'll come into Viparita Karani. Find the pose, lengthen the tailbone to the heels. Good, so you can stay here if you're new to getting your hips up over your shoulders. If you do have a shoulder stand practice, then let's begin by walking the hands down the back towards the shoulder blades. Scoop your shoulders underneath your back, and then begin to straighten the knees.
Good. Let's stay here and relax. You can either focus your mind at your heart center, at the center of the chest. You can also gaze at the space between the big toes. Good. Just stay here and listen to your breath for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, to come down, we're going to bring the feet overhead. Touch the floor if you have the flexibility. If not, you bring the knees closer towards the forehead. Hold the buttocks. Stay here and breathe. Connect the chin to the throat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you're going to either slowly roll down by holding the hips. If you feel comfortable, you can hold the hands to the feet. And then everybody slowly roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Release the hands from the feet, bend the knees, and place the soles of your feet onto the mat. Now take your feet as wide as the mat and bring your knees together. Place your hands on your abdomen. You can stack them or you can create an inverted triangle. We're going to take the Tadaga Mudra. So we're going to inhale into the belly, expand the belly out like a plump bulge. And then exhale, turn your breath around and bring your belly in like the shape of a pond. And now hold your breath. Press your lower back to the floor, squeeze your pelvic floor, and stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now release all that as you inhale, expand the belly. Exhale all the way out. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. Push your lower back to the floor, squeeze your pelvic floor, and then hold your breath. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then inhale, relax all of that muscular action, expand the belly, long and smooth. Exhale all the way out again, one more time of Tadaga Mudra. Press the lower back to the floor, squeeze the pelvic floor, hold your breath. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then release, inhale. And then exhale, straighten your legs on the ground. Have one breath. So from here, we're going to do a final back bend. We're going to practice Asana, so the wheel pose. You can do the variations of bridge pose to replace, or you can also practice the fish pose. So I'll show fish pose first. Bring the legs together on the floor. And now gently bend your knees. Lift your hips up. Place your palms flat, face down underneath your buttocks, and then stretch your legs out again. And then from there, we're going to now lift the chest up and then lift the chin to the ceiling and take your head back and place the crown of the head on the floor. Good. Coming into the fish pose, Matsyendrasana. So stay here, opening the throat, opening the chest, feeling the massage of this gentle posture. Good. So then you can stay here. Otherwise, we will release the pose and we will practice Asana for a couple times. So lengthen your lower back, bend the knees,
Place the soles of the feet hip distance. Reach your arms back overhead, then bend the elbows and place the fingers next to your shoulders. Elbows squeeze in. Make sure your hair is out of the way. And then from there, you're going to use the strength and power of the legs to lift the hips up and feel the power of the legs there. And as you do that, you're going to press your shoulder blades into the back and inhale. And on the exhale, straighten your elbows and then lift up into the back. Let's stay here and breathe. Move your chest through your arms. And stay here. 3, 2, and 1. Bring your chin to your chest and then slowly lower down. You can go back up one more time if you feel like you have the energy, and I will do that. Inhale. And then exhale, let's lift up. Everything comes up on this time. Breathe, breathe, hissing breath. 3, 2, and 1. Good. If you're in Matsyendrasana or the fish pose, release the hands from the lower back. And now everybody bring your knees into your chest and then give yourself a hug into Uttanasana. And you can just roll, rock side to side, massaging the lower back. And from here, let's bring the arms out to the side. Let's take one last final gentle twist for the Asana. Roll your knees to the right. And then look over towards your left shoulder. And then inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, roll your knees to the left. And look over the right shoulder. And then inhale back to center. Give yourself one more hug. You can crisscross the ankles if that helps you release the lower back. And switch. And then exhale, let's release the legs on the floor. Come into a Shalabhasana. So separate your legs a little bit beyond the width of the hips. Turn your palms up and let the arms come a little bit outside of the trunk. So as we rest here, let's bring our awareness to different parts of the body for the marmasthanas or marmasthanas. Come to a nice long breath. We're going to direct our breath and our attention to different parts of the body to help us increase our focus and withdraw the mind inward into the state of pratyahara. So let's bring our attention to our big toes. Let's inhale the big toes. And then exhale from your heart. And now inhale at your ankles. And exhale to your heart. Let's inhale at the calf muscles. Exhale to your heart. And then inhale at your knees. And then exhale at your heart. Inhale at your thigh muscles, right behind the middle part of the thigh. And then exhale to your heart. Let's inhale at the pelvic floor. Exhale to your heart. And then inhale at your reproductive organs. And then exhale to your heart. Inhale at your navel center. exhale to the heart. And now inhale at your heart center. And then exhale to heart center. Inhale at your throat. And exhale to the heart. Let's inhale now to the roof of the mouth, soft palate. And then exhale to your heart. Now move to the space between your eyebrows with the Ajna chakra. We'll inhale, bring the breath high up to the point between the eyebrows in the middle of the brain. And then exhale to your heart. And now inhale to the crown of your head. And then exhale all the way to your heart. Now rest your awareness at your heart center as you let the breath breathe you for these last final moments. And completing the last exhale, let's gently wiggle the fingers and toes. Bend the knees. Bring the knees into the chest. And you can roll to one side, or you can gently roll all the way up and come up seated. Come into a comfortable cross-legged position. Bring the hands in Dhyana Mudra. Index finger and thumb touch at the tops of the knees. Bring your chin to your throat. So let's rest here. Silently chant Om at your heart center. Om. Om. And let's join our palms together in the Namaste Mudra. Inhale here gently. And as you exhale, rub your palms together. Create a little heat in the palms. Once you create a little bit of heat, place the hands over your face. Gently touch your face. Feel the warmth of the palms. Bring your fingertips to your eye sockets, eyeballs. Inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands out in front and slowly open your eyes, gaze lovingly into your palms, and then recite the intention or the affirmation that you did at the beginning of class, affirming it. Have an inhale, and then exhale, bring your hands to your heart, and then fold all the way down to the earth. And then rise back up. See you in the next class.